राधे जय जय माधव दयिते
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 गोकुल तारुणी मंडल मोहिते गोकुल
तारुणी मंडल मोहिते
राधे जय जय माधव दयिते
राधे जय जय माधव दयिते
दामोदर राति वर्धन वेशे दामोदर राति वर्धन वेशे हरि निष्कुट वृंदा विपिन से हरि निष्कुट वृंदा विपिन से राधे जय जय माधव दयिते वृषभानुदादे नवशशि लेखे वृषभानुदादे नवशशि लेखे ललिता सखी गुण रमित विशाखे ललिता सखी गुण रमित विशाखे राधे जय जय माधव दयिते करुणां कुरु मयि करुणाभरिते करुणां कुरु मयि करुणाभरिते करुणां कुरु मयि करुणाभरिते करुणां कुरु मयि करुणाभरिते सनक सनातन वर्णित चरिते करुणां कुरु मयि करुणाभरिते सनक सनातन वर्णित चरिते राधे जय जय माधव दयिते हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे राधे जय जय Madhava Daite.
Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite.
Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan Sri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radha
Jaya Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath Sri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath Sri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda Sri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda Sri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Sri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Sri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Samasundar, Radha Samasundar Sri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Sundar, Radha Sundar Sri Radhe.
Jaya Radha Ramana, Radha Ramana Sri Radhe.
Jaya Radha
Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Sri Radhe. श्री राधाष्टमी महामहोत्सव के गौर प्रमानंदे। चैतन्य चरितामृत कहाँ है? चैतन्य चरितामृत हैं? So dear devotees, I don't know how many of you are hearing today in the evening, a morning program. We'll continue the same flow we are going to continue. Let me summarize what this occasion meant for us. Radhashtami is an occasion to celebrate everything about Kṛṣṇa in a mood of devotion. This is an occasion when we should not be talking the ontology of Brahman, ontology of Paramatma, ontology of Bhagavan, which normally we do, we must do. But on this day, we should learn how do we render devotional service to Kṛṣṇa. Srimati Radharani is the complete embodiment of devotion to Kṛṣṇa. We have already told, or we learnt from Chaitanya Bhāgavatam, that Advaita Acharya, he is Advaita, he is Mahavishnu. From his pores comes out trillions of universes. Yet, he voluntarily surrenders to Kṛṣṇa and teaches us how to serve Kṛṣṇa. In Kṛṣṇa consciousness, the way Srila Prabhupada gave us, Kṛṣṇa is the only Sevya Bhagavan. Then there are other Bhagavan who are Sevaka Bhagavan. And then the Jivas are always tiny servant, minuscule servant of that ultimate Bhagavan, Sevya Bhagavan. And Kṛṣṇa is always worshipped by his diverse manifestation through the principle of Radha. The mood here is that Yes, today we were reading, we read the verse from Canto 10, chapter 31, I think, and verse number 9. Tava kathamrutam tapta jivanam kavividitam kalmasapaham Sravana mangalam Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Bhoridajana Bhuvi grunanti te Bhoridajana. They are devotees. Everybody is suffering. We suffer because of pollution, because of adulteration, because of Vyabhichara. Yeah, we all, what I had said that Advaita Acharya, Lord Balaram, they are all Vishnu Tattva. That means Mahavishnu, Narayana, all forms of Narayana, Balaram, Sankarsana, Mula Sankarsana, Balaram, all of them, they are Vishnu Tattva. But all of them, they serve Kṛṣṇa. Of course, when they reside in their own spiritual planet as a presiding deity, then they are the boss there. But when they get an opportunity to serve Kṛṣṇa, they don't fail. They give that as priority. Of course, Mahavishnu is maintaining and sustaining trillions of universes. But when he sees that Kṛṣṇa is coming, then he gives up everything and wants to serve Kṛṣṇa. So this is the mode. So I had told the mood of Srimati Radharani is to serve Kṛṣṇa. And what is that mode? Mode is, although she is the embodiment of complete embodiment of devotional service, she always feels she is unqualified to serve Kṛṣṇa. This is the first qualification to be able to be accepted by a devotee of Kṛṣṇa, because ultimately Radharani has to accept us, otherwise we have no job in service to Kṛṣṇa. So I made a point today in the morning, we read Tava Kathamritam. So when we are talking about Tava Kathamritam, this verse is being sung by Radharani's expansion, the gopis. So these songs, Gopi Gita, 19 verses in total in 31st chapter. So these 19 verses, they represent the mood of Srimati Radharani. And we read this in the context of Mahaprabhu's Leela. Mahaprabhu has performed a very ecstatic kirtan in front of chariot, Jagannath's chariot, and he has taken rest in Jagannath Vallabha garden, flower garden. And that time, prompted by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and other very intimate devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, King Prataparudra put on devotee dress, dhoti, kurta, tilak, very simple dress. He is king, but he gave up his dress and then entered into that garden. How did he enter? He took everyone's permission. He said, unless you permit, I cannot enter. This is the mood of Radharani. Nobody should think, for last so many days we are talking here, that ultimately we are servant of gopis, and gopis are servants of Srimati Radharani. So this hierarchy, the transcendental hierarchy, must be followed. And Prataparudra entered and massaged the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He must be knowing how soft must be Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. It is softest. Of course, this is all divine. We have no idea what is soft as a divine object. We know soft as a mundane object. We don't know soft as a divine object. And Mahaprabhu's, we saw also when gopis are singing, they are saying, "Oh Kṛṣṇa, your lotus feet is so soft. And when you go out for grazing the cows, we feel miserable because we feel the serpent grasses, the serpent stones may prick your lotus feet." We are feeling every moment you are for grazing the cows as if one millennium, one Divya Kalpa. So, Kṛṣṇa is there almost 8 hours in the forest. So, these 8 hours we talked about almost like so many days of Brahma, not one day of Brahma, so many days of Brahma. So, this is how gopis used to feel, and they were always continuously meditating on Kṛṣṇa, how Kṛṣṇa was joking with them, how Kṛṣṇa taught them different arts, how they reciprocated with Kṛṣṇa with 64 arts. And when you discuss these arts, whether it is a fashion design, Sringara, or playing flute, playing veena, singing vocal, it is not only Kṛṣṇa is teaching, sometimes Kṛṣṇa is also taught by these extraordinary devotees headed by Srimati Radharani. And this exchange is happening in such a wonderful way. They are meditating on that because they have experienced it. Okay? And if you see, because Kṛṣṇa has disappeared, so these gopis whose head or master is Srimati Radharani, they, in the beginning, they started meditating on him as Supreme Brahman, then all-pervading Paramatma. They said, "You are not the son of Nanda or Yashoda." But actually, that is a very low-level understanding of Kṛṣṇa. And this 9th verse is very central to the entire 19th verse, because here they are saying, we are all suffering, just like gopis are suffering. So if gopis are suffering and we are suffering, is there any difference? There is a difference. Gopis are eternal. We are sleeping. We are in the womb of ignorance. Gopis are in full knowledge. And that is why they are able to say, Tava kathamratam tapta jivanam. So they meditated. I told you, na? Devaki and Vasudev, they lived with Kṛṣṇa. Nanda Baba and Yashoda, they spent for 11 years, that's all. But 125 minus 11, that is 14 years. Devaki and Vasudev, they lived with Kṛṣṇa. But still Vasudev is wondering, what is the nature of absolute truth? Whereas Nanda Baba and Yashoda, they are not wondering what is absolute truth. They are simply meditating on Kṛṣṇa. So this is the meaning. Tava kathamritam tapta jivanam. We are all suffering in this material world, and we may be suffering in the spiritual world, because there can be a transcendental suffering, separation from Kṛṣṇa. And tapta jivanam. So when we hear about Kṛṣṇa, then there is life. We get back life. Without Kṛṣṇa, there is no life. So gopis, Nanda Baba, Yashoda Mai, they constantly meditated on Kṛṣṇa. All about Kṛṣṇa did in those 11 years. Whether it is stealing butter, either dancing to the whims of the elderly gopis, or Kṛṣṇa grazing the cows and calves, killing the demons starting from Putana to Aghasura to Kesi, Bhyamasura, Pralambasura, Dhenukasura, Arishtasura, subduing Kaliya, lifting Govardhan, engaging with gopis in 64 arts, engaging with gopas with so many art forms, having picnic, play, varieties. All that Kṛṣṇa did is all transcendental. The moment you consider that human, then you don't get any benefit. So this Kathamrita is the best medicine, best welfare activities. Sravana Mangalam. Anybody who hears about Kṛṣṇa immediately gets relieved from all kind of suffering. And those who are engaged in disseminating this knowledge of Kṛṣṇa, they are most munificent. They are performing the best welfare activity, and that is this particular verse. And Mahārāja Pratāparudra in the devotee dress is singing Gopi Gita, and Mahaprabhu is relishing, saying, Mahaprabhu is in ecstasy and saying, continue, continue, go on, go on. Okay? Obviously, if we speak about Kṛṣṇa, most of us sleep. Why we sleep? Because our hearts are burning with passion and ignorance. Kṛṣṇa's activities, they appear to us mundane, material, human, and hence we have no attraction for these activities of Kṛṣṇa, which are all purifying. Only when our heart is completely cleansed, like the other day I said, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma, the quiz we conducted. Prabhupada said that devotees are not, devotional service to Kṛṣṇa is not meant for those who are in mode of ignorance or mode of passion. In fact, devotional service is meant for those who are liberated person, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Na Sochati Na Kankshati Sama Sarvesu Bhutesu Madhvakti Lavate Param. Devotional service are performed by liberated persons like Sukadeva Goswami, Lord Shiva, Brahma, Kumara, Bhishma, Kapila, Narada, Prahlada, Bali. Greatest personality, they perform devotional service to Kṛṣṇa. Hanuman, he performs devotional service to Kṛṣṇa. So devotional service cannot be performed by ordinary people. And those who are able to perform devotional service without any interruption, we must serve them with our heart and soul. And so we will continue. I think that because of the technical snag, we got derailed. By now we would have finished this description. When Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu heard these verses, in fact in the morning we read all the verses. So those who want to hear these verses, please go through the recording of the morning class and you will enjoy that description, the entire 19 verses that we talked about. So when Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu heard these verses, he was pleased beyond limits. He said again and again, go on reciting, bolo, bolo. As soon as the king recited the verse, beginning with the words, Tava Kathamritam, the Lord arose in ecstatic love, embraced Prataparudra, whom Mahaprabhu has rejected. He says, I cannot associate with a person who is associating with the Kamini and Kanchana. Because a kingly person will always associate with that which is in mode of passion, wealth and sex. And Mahaprabhu said, no! But now Mahaprabhu has embraced the same person. Upon hearing the verse recited by the king, Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu said, you have given me invaluable gems, but I have nothing to give you in return. Therefore, I am simply embracing you. It is just like we read yesterday in the purport, beautiful purport of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. When a person offers to Kṛṣṇa with tulasi and Gangajal with tulsi, Kṛṣṇa feels so indebted. He says, what can I give? The best thing I can give you is that I reside within your heart. Dear devotees, try to understand this. None of us, we want Kṛṣṇa to reside within our heart. This is the curse that we have accepted from time immemorial, from innumerable bodies. We do not want Kṛṣṇa within our heart. Similarly, here Mahaprabhu is saying, I am so indebted that I cannot give you anything. I only can give you an embrace. So, dear devotees, to be embraced by Kṛṣṇa, to be embraced by Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu, Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu, who is the embodiment of both Kṛṣṇa and Radha. What a fortune! What a fortune! This requires lot of purity to be able to understand this and act on that platform. Like I have told earlier, when Rukmini finally received Brahmana who came back from Dwaraka with the message that Kṛṣṇa has already reached in Vidarbha. Rukmini was so happy. She felt so indebted to this Brahmana. She felt she owns all opulences. All the opulences of Vaikuntha, including that of the entire trillions of material universes, is hers. But still, Rukmini felt none of them together, all of them together, even if she gives to Brahmana, still she will not be able to be satisfied. She will still remain indebted to this Brahmana, what he has done, because he has united her with her master, eternal master, Kṛṣṇa. And as she is feeling like that, feeling indebted to this Brahmana, and Brahmana's house, I don't know where it is, maybe 100 kilometer, 200 kilometer, maybe 50 kilometer, maybe 100 meter, who knows where it is. And Brahmana's house is getting filled with all kind of jewels, just by thinking like that. After saying this, Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu began to recite the same verse again. Sarvakathamrutam tapta jivanam kaviviriditam kalmasapaham Sravanamangalam Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam bhuvi grunanti te bhurida jana. By singing this verse, if you don't feel tears within your eyes, if you don't feel your heart melted, then we have to ask question, doubt our intention, whether we really want Kṛṣṇa or something else. Both the king and Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu were trembling. Tears were flowing from their eyes. My Lord, the nectar of your words, the description of your activities are life and soul of those who are always aggrieved in this material world. These narrations are transmitted by exalted personalities. They eradicate all sinful reactions. Whoever hears these narrations attain all good fortune. These narrations are broadcast all over the world and are filled with spiritual power. Those who spread the message of Godhead are certainly the most munificent welfare workers. 10.31.9. After reciting this verse, Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu immediately embraced the king and cried, "You are the most munificent." Mahaprabhu doesn't have external consciousness. He doesn't realize he is the same King Prataparudra. At this point, Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu didn't know who the king was. Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu's mercy was aroused because of the king's previous service. Therefore, without even asking who he was, Lord immediately bestowed His mercy upon him. How powerful is the mercy of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu! Without even inquiring about the king, the Lord made everything successful. Lord doesn't want to see, even if Lord has rejected you. But if devotees shower their mercy upon you, then Lord would not look at you. What? Why Lord rejected you? Here, Prataparudra was rejected by Mahaprabhu. But Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Rai Ramananda, Kasi Mishra, everyone wanted King Prataparudra to receive the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu indeed bestowed his mercy. That is why devotees are very special, dear devotees. So we will stop with this purport. Śrī Caitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is so powerful that it acts automatically. If a person renders loving service to Kṛṣṇa, it never goes in vain. It is recorded in a spiritual account. In due time it will fructify. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Neha vikramana asosti pratyavayo na vidyate salpamapi asya dharmasya trayate mahato vayat. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu has particularly bestowed upon all fallen souls in this age the most potent method of devotional service, chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Dear devotees, when you chant this mantra in meditation, along with other devotees, your mind is completely focused. Your intelligence is completely focused. Then we will surely receive the most precious and causeless mercy of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu. Yajnair sankirtan prayer ajanti hi sumedasa. A student of Krishna consciousness must receive Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu's mercy, then his devotional service will quickly succeed. This was the case with King Prataparudra. One has to be noticed by Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu. A little service with sincere effort will convince the Lord that one is a proper candidate for returning home back to Godhead. At first, Mahārāja Pratāparudra did not have a chance to meet Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu, but when the Lord saw that king was serving Lord Jagannath as a menial sweeper, the Lord's mercy upon the king became solid fact. When Mahārāja Pratāparudra, in the dress of a Vaiṣṇava, was serving the Lord did not even inquire who he was. Rather, he had compassion upon him and embraced him. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami wants to point out that nothing could compare to Lord's mercy towards Mahārāja Pratāparudra. Therefore, he used the word Dekha and Chaitanya Krupa Mahabala. This is also confirmed by Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati. Yat Karunya Kataksha Vaibhava Batam. Even a little of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu's mercy serves as a great asset for spiritual advancement. Therefore, the Krishna conscious movement must be spread through the mercy of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu. Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu. When Rupa Goswami experienced the mercy and magnanimity of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu, he said, Namo Mahavadanyaya Kṛṣṇa Prema Pradayate Kṛṣṇāya Kṛṣṇa Caitanya Namne Gaura Tishe Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Lord Sri Kṛṣṇa Caitanya, who is more magnanimous than any other avatara, even Kṛṣṇa himself, because he is bestowing freely what no one else has ever given, pure love of Kṛṣṇa. Srila Lachandas Thakur has also sung Parama Karuna Pahudoi Jana Nitaye Gaura Chandra. Srila Narottam Das Thakur has sung Brajendra Nandana Jai Sache Sutta Hoila Sei Balarama Hoilo Nitai Dinahina Jata Chilo Hori Name Udharilo Taro Sakhi Jagaye Madhai. Just to deliver all the sinful persons of this age by propagating the chanting of the holy name, Lord Kṛṣṇa and Lord Balaram have advented as Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. Jagai and Madhai are evidence of their success. Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu's special mission is the deliverance of all fallen souls in Kali Yuga. Devotees of Kṛṣṇa must persistently seek the favor and mercy of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu to become fit to return home back to Godhead. Dear devotees, today is Radhashtami. I know many devotees, they want to hear about Radharani. They want to hear transcendental characteristics of Radharani. But my dear devotees, don't do this. Don't do. We are not qualified. The best way to understand Radharani is to understand the mercy of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu. Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu's mercy is actually personification of Srimati Radharani. Let us not enter into the domain where we are eternally sick and we cannot enter into that transcendence. Greatest of devotees hence have taken complete shelter of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu. Today I was talking to Dr. Gopal Kṛṣṇa Mishra. You see what a name he has, Dr. Gopal Kṛṣṇa Mishra. He is also there today. He has been listening to our Zoom program. He is an army doctor, very senior doctor, and is continuously entrapped in Corona, treating Corona patients. And he was telling today, when I was talking to him about Kṛṣṇa, he was telling about Mahaprabhu's mercy. Yes, he was born Odia and he was lamenting that he didn't know who is Mahaprabhu. Yes, it is the same. If somebody is born Odia or born Bengali, doesn't know Mahaprabhu, all same to us. If we don't know who is Mahaprabhu, how the world would know Mahaprabhu? And this is a fact. Finally, Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu said, who are you? You have done so much for me. All of a sudden you have come here and made me drink the nectar of the pastimes of Lord Kṛṣṇa. Can you imagine? Prataparudra is making Mahaprabhu to drink the nectar of Kṛṣṇa. That is the mood of Radharani. Mood of Radharani is she feels everyone else is doing much better service to Kṛṣṇa than herself. The king replied, my dear Lord, I am the most obedient servant of your servants. It is my ambition that you will accept me as the servant of your servants. With that note, we must stop here because time is ticking. 8:30, and we will perform one drama. All of you see the drama. Can the drama party be called? Any question you can ask now before the drama starts. Please make arrangement for the drama. Quick. And during this time, dear devotees, you can ask me some question. You say that if we don't ask question, Jivnes, to perform devotional service, one has to be on Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma platform. Can person with impure heart appreciate devotional service? How such a person who is not able to relish or value devotional service due to impure heart can reach Brahma Bhuta platform? So, Jivnes, you are studying in IIT Kanpur. So, if you follow what I say, then one day you will be able to follow what Srila Prabhupada says, and then you will be in that state. But first you will follow your teacher. If you can follow your teacher properly, satisfy him, please him, then you will learn how to please Srila Prabhupada. So there has to be step by step advancement. Next. So that will be also broadcasted. That is being broadcasted. But how drama will be broadcasted? So, usko jaldi ye karo. Radhakant Das, although I was born in Odisha, I didn't know about Lord Chaitanya before I met you. What can we do to make people in Odisha know about Mahaprabhu? Give your life to Mahaprabhu and perfect your life. Then go to Odisha and preach. That is how every town and city of Odisha should become Navadip Dham. Every place should be treated as Mayapur in Odisha. It is possible. Next. You tell quickly to do. See, we will close. Tell them. Ultimate warning. Okay, please ask further question. How do we develop attachment to Mahaprabhu's lotus feet? Please attend all the Chaitanya Bhagavat classes without fail. Please attend all the classes on Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Please perform devotional service the way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told us to perform. Then we will surely attain the lotus feet of Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu. Dr. Gopal Mishra is asking, I came to know Lord Chaitanya after reading teachings of Lord Chaitanya. I want to know how to do proper japa. Sir, a month back or 1.5 months back, we did a japa retreat, 15 days japa retreat, where I took a vow of chanting 64 rounds, and that has impacted many. Hopefully, if Kṛṣṇa allows me, I will do another retreat, possibly before maybe in the month of Kartik. So please watch out. We'll have a retreat.
Sir, Adhik Mas, Purushottam Mas also, sir, you can do. Now,
Yeah, Purushottam Mass is starting from September 13, right?
Yes, sir.
So probably in September 13 we will select 1 week and you can join, sir. Sudhir Jalalimudi, sir, who can I know whether Kṛṣṇa is being pleased with me or whatever we are doing? Ask me, then you will know whether Kṛṣṇa is pleased with you or not. Simple answer. Next. Okay. Now this is the drama bazaar. Please, devotees. There is a short drama. And let us see. Even I don't know what this drama is. And there are many kalakar from Vaikuntha have descended to perform this drama, and let us see what's happening.